So Jesus is not only treading on the heads of the gods, but he's saying to his disciples and to us, take heart. I am is on the water. Yahweh is on the water. Yahweh is in your storm. Yahweh is in control. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Now, knowing that it's God in control on the water, how would you respond? Now, before you get too happy-clappy, let's be clear. We've got a focus group of 12 that's pretty indicative of how we'd respond. See, the truth is, even after Jesus says, take heart, it is I, Yahweh on the water, God is on the water with you, 11 of the 12 people still stay in the boat. Which leads to another question. Were they any safer on the boat? No. Still getting the wind whipped in their face. Rain is still pummeling them. The ship could potentially capsize. They are no safer. And so what we need to understand is the boat in this story represents us trying to rely on our own effort in the midst of the storm. And let's be honest, a lot of us would be in that boat. A lot of us are in that boat right now. We're trying to row harder towards the thing, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're no safer in the boat. The boat is not a safer play. And yet that's where most of the people stay. But one person, Peter, makes a brave step forward. It says this, and Peter answered him, Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water. And Jesus said, come. So Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water and came to Jesus. In other words, what Peter was saying here is, Jesus, if that's you, enable me to do what you're doing right now. Enable me to walk on the water. Now here's the thing. Why in the world did Peter say that? Peter's like this impulsive guy. I love him for that reason. I can relate to him. He's impulsive. I don't know if he got inspired. I don't know what it was. But in the midst of it, he's like, Jesus, if that's you, let me walk on the water. I don't know why he did that. But he did. Maybe he lost a bet. Who knows? But he says, let me walk on the water. And it's interesting because a couple of stories back, a couple of days or months back, as Jesus has been interacting with Peter and the disciples, he asked them a question. He said, who do other people say that I am? And Peter was the first person recorded in the Bible to say, you are the Messiah. You're the Son of the living God. To make that bold declaration. And at that point, Simon, because his name used to be Simon, Jesus said to him, Simon, that's been revealed to you by God, and so I'm changing your name. You're now Rock. And based on that rock, based on that bold confession of faith, I'm going to build my church. I'm going to build water walkers based on that. So I think when Jesus saw that out of all the 12, Peter was the one that said, enable me to do what you were doing. I think Jesus was like, my man, Peter, come on. Come on, brother, it's time. You feel it now, right? Like Jesus was like, he was excited. And he comes. And can you imagine this moment where the waves are capsized? I mean, it's crazy. And Peter does this. And he gets out of the boat. And this moment right here has to be crazy. And he does what no other person has done. And he walks on the water. He walks on the water. And what you need to see is the only difference between Peter and the 11, the only difference between people in here who are going to get a breakthrough and who won't, is that he trusted the God on the water. And he took a brave step.